this country, if you want to emerge, political scars, they usually propel people to stardom. If people wake up and vote out William Ruto, he'll just go. By the way, there is nothing he will do. If Kenyans, you will not shoot those people. Every Kenyan, every citizen is a shareholder in this country, provided you are a citizen, provided you are a Kenyan. You have a civic duty to ask hard questions. You have to raise your hand early enough. You don't fail to raise your hand in year 1, year 2, Form 3, and then you start raising your hand in Form 4.
Sticking with the analogy.
Yes. So the party had already quietly made a decision to support my good friend. So they called me and I had a sit down with them. They said, hey, I hope you already know that we, as a party, we have already made up our mind. We already have a candidate. I said, no, I'm not aware of that. They said, no. Who is your candidate? No, we are already supporting this
Who's
guy.
Delivering the news now?
Of course, the party leader. It can't be any other person. Since I had showed my interest, so they took a photo and they actually cut off my image. So there's only the hands that were handing over.
What in the name of pettiness is this?
Which is normal. I'm not complaining, but of course.
But you took note.
I took note of that. Of all the people who are in that political party, with a sure chance now of declaring and running even for the top seat, then Sifuna's name may easily pop up.
Yay, what's up, netizens? Welcome to yet another amazing conversation. It's been a minute, huh? Hey, we've been busy looking for school fees na pesa ya Valentine's. But now that is all done, with me here on set is an amazing gentleman. He has all the accolades in the world, bana. And he knows his legalese. I don't know, is that a word? Yes. Yes. So on set with me is one Eric Nakhurenya, advocate of the High Court, and senatorial aspirant, Bungoma County. Yeah. Welcome to the Time Lapse Podcast.
Thank you, Joel.
Yes,
it's nice.
Tumetafutana bana tangu December 2025.
You're a busy man.
No, you are equally a busy man. You're equally a busy man. Yeah.
It's just that maybe our free time or convenient time, we didn't have a convergence.
Yes.
But we thank God here we are.
Yes. Yeah. Thankfully, eventually, we've stars have aligned.
Yes.
And I'm hoping we're going to have a good conversation.
Oh, yeah. It's nice. I think it's nice being here.
Yes.
I have had a chance to at least do a follow-up on some of the guests you've hosted here.
Yes.
And quite a number of them, some of them are my very good friends.
Yeah, who stood out for you?
Makali.
Yeah, okay. Makali,
interesting. It's a good friend of mine. I watched, it's like...
That was like a 3-hour conversation.
Yes, I watched it repeatedly.
Yes.
There is a conversation that I went back like twice. And
which part? I'm curious.
There's this part that he's talking about... Babu in relationship with him and politics.
That was the highlight of the conversation.
I actually call him.
Yes.
I call him. Yes, it was interesting. Yeah. So Makali is a good friend of mine. He's a renowned journalist.
Yes.
There was a case that he was involved that I moved all the way, I think, to the Apex Court, the Supreme Court. There is a certain case that is locus classicus.
Is it what now?
Locus classicus, yeah. It's a classic case. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Those of us who students of law, I mean, you interact with quite a number of cases.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's one case that I really just need to go back and read. He got involved.
All right.
Yeah, in his line of trade as a journalist.
Yeah.
So he's a person with a wealth of experience. He's made his name across the country, and he's not a coward. So that's
no, he's not.
And former senatorial candidate in Bungoma.
Yeah, actually, yes. Yes. And he has lots of tales to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Also watched briefly.
Yes.
Diana. Yeah, Diana.
She's a good friend of yours as well.
She's an amazing friend of mine.
Yes.
Yeah, so some of those tidbits, she normally says, yeye ni mtoto ya askari.
Something you guys share.
Mtoto ya polisi. Yes, we actually share.
Yes.
Mimi ni mtoto ya polisi, askari.
Yes.
Yeah, so I also picked interest, when someone shares their story,
yes,
I normally call it a personal narrative.
Yes.
It is more inspiring because it is born out of realities.
Yes.
It is not something that is framed or fabricated from another world, from another country. I am one person who normally admires when someone shares their personal story.
Yes.
Personal story is homegrown.
Yeah.
If you have grown up in Bungoma or in this country, then you clearly know the challenges that you go through to even make it. Even in this industry, I mean, it takes hard work, and at times you really have to push so much.
Yes, for sure.
So someone like you, we are sharing about your journey in this field, and I mean, it's a personal narrative.
Yes.
It is not borrowed. It is not like you are talking about the experiences in the US, in a country that is very supportive, in a country whose environment in terms of business and giving the ladders to the citizens, it's quite the infrastructure of assisting people to reach their goals and destinations. I mean, they are been put in place over time for ages.
Yes.
But here, you really have to struggle.
It's the wild west.
Yes. When you want to get a ladder,
yes,
you discover it was removed yesterday.
Hurdles are actually thrown in your way instead of clearing the way for you.
Gridlocks are all over.
Yes, for sure.
Yes. And then someone will be telling you, they can still be stepping stones. Fine, but then there are too many.
Yes.
Yeah, there are too many, yeah.
Yes. Impressive. I'm happy that you've been keeping tabs of our activity. It allows you to have at least an idea of what to expect in terms of our interaction. Yes. And I'm sure you noticed the stories are very, it's not flow too.
Yeah.
Casual.
Yeah, casual.
You won't realize that I have a whole write-up here. When watching from outside, you wouldn't know. But it's my guide. It's my guide to us having a conversation. All right. So anyway, I think my first point of interest is your senatorial bid, and I want to believe you are involved in trying to mobilize the ground, have a touch of what wanasemaje kwa ground. So essentially, that's actually my first question. Ground inasemaje? Najua wanasemanga ground imekubali. So what is the ground saying in favor of
maybe I'll respond on that, then maybe along the way I'll also get into part of my history.
Yes.
And part of my journey, but let me respond to that. Ground inasemaje? One,
yes,
it is very true that I am a senatorial aspirant in Bungoma,
yes,
for the 2027 general election. Between 2022 and now, we've already had 2 elections in Bungoma, as far as Bungoma is concerned.
Yes.
We had the general election, then we had a by-election where we supported, actually, in that by-election for the senatorial seat, I had reared my head.
Yes.
I had raised my head as a senatorial candidate. At that time, I was still in the Ford Kenya party,
yes,
where I had also played a central role as a member of the National Election Board, and of course as a legal mind.
Yes, for the party.
I played a pivotal role, for the party towards the run-up towards 2022.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to get into a lot of history, but I did a lot of work for the party.
Yes.
I'm sure.
I have questions surrounding that. Well, worry not. I'm with you all the way there. For now, to my point of curiosity, ground so far. Unajua washaanza kuita mheshimiwa tayari. Yes.
We've done our rounds.
Yes.
We've done quite a number of our rounds.
How's the reception, especially
the reception is good.
Nani?
One, if you're talking about the governor seat, there are those visible names that are there. You'll say this 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, for sure.
If you stop 3, then obviously there are those first 3. You want to extend, you'll still get to the 4th one. When it gets to the senatorial seat, people are still a bit hazy. Things are a bit hazy. And
why is that, by the way?
Like my announcement, this is just the 2nd month. And I think we are doing very well. We have exceeded, in the CBE language, I think we've exceeded the expectation.
I think the first time I heard about your aspirations for the senatorial seat was around immediately after the by-elections, Kabuchai. That was the first time I think I heard about this. Rumors started there.
And remember the by-election was in November.
Yes.
November 27th.
Yes.
Yes, but it was up until close to mid-December that I came out and announced. So if there was anything coming out from my people, there were people who had actually wanted me to announce early, and I kept telling them, no, I think we need some bit of time.
Let's focus.
Let's focus first. And then by December, they said, no, we have to announce so that we are not late. We are not caught up by time. We have to get into the new year when people we're already in the conversation.
Yes, for sure.
Yes, and then progressively people can choose to take you serious or otherwise. Yeah, so clearly in terms of the response on our side, Bungoma Senatorial seat is wide open. It's wide open.
Whoa, okay. Bold statement.
Open. Yeah, it's wide open.
Yes.
Any serious candidate coming up will be able to take the seat. If we do not get a serious candidate, if we do not come out strongly, and then my brother David might still
the incumbent.
Yeah. Obviously, if you do not get stiff competition and people who are keen to give a real shot, move the masses and convince people that they are right people for the job that someone else is holding, and then obviously the incumbent will always have an upper hand.
Yes.
Yeah. But as things stand, it is an open race. Even the incumbent, I think, is now coming out of slumberland.
Okay.
Yeah. So
he was in slumber.
He's been in slumberland. He knows. He's been in slumberland for quite some time.
Why are you giving him the marks on that one? What are some of the things he's done? What 2 things has he done that are making you feel like maybe ameamka kidogo sasa?
One, I've said he's been in slumberland.
Yes.
He's been sleeping.
Yes.
It's akin to, and David is a teacher.
Yeah.
It's akin to, he knows if you go to Form 1 and you are not proactive, you are not doing assignments that you are required as a student to discharge, you go to Form 2, practicals come, you don't participate, you are sleeping, you don't raise your hand, you go to Form 3, the same, you go to Form 4, Term 1, Term 2. Then all of a sudden, in 3rd term, you discover the exam is here. The obvious outcome.
Unaanza kutransnite.
So what he's doing,
yes,
he's now transniting. He's, in my description, I'll say he's engaged in knee-jerk reaction. I wouldn't want to make him a subject. At times when you make people subjects, you give them undue attention.
Yes.
Yeah, but clearly we've not seen any robust oversight. When you want oversight people, oversight is not the individual. It's about interrogating the budget.
Yes.
We have clear budget lines, clear vote heads at departmental level. If we are talking about the devolved units, and by the way, let me just take a step back. Senate is the guardian of devolution.
For sure.
Senate is the guardian of devolved units. As a senator, one of your role is to protect the interests. You are the leader of the delegation in the county where you come from, especially if you are elected. You remember in Bungoma we have 2 senators. One is nominated, the other one is elected. The buck stops with the elected one. Of course, the nominated senator came in recently, but the nominated person can never even vote for the county, especially in money bills, in matters that touch directly on the interests of the county. It is the obligation of the elected senator, who is the leader of the delegation.
Yes.
Yeah. That is their role. So you protect the interests. If there is a question on the floor on whether you need to increase exchequer releases to counties or lower, I mean, the expectation is you vote for the increase and all that. Then if there are cases of corruption, again, Senate as an upper house and as parliament. In this country, parliament is bicameral. Parliament, Senate is parliament, and that's why as a
parliament
senator,
is by what now?
Bicameral.
What's that?
Bi means two. Bi means two. So we have two houses.
Okay.
We have the Senate, which is still parliament. We have the National Assembly, which is still parliament.
Upper house.
Yeah. So all senators are members of parliament, just like MPs are members of the National Assembly. They are still members of parliament. All of them are members of parliament. But then in terms of the roles within Article 94, 95, and 96, the Senate, as established, has the primary role of being the guardian of devolution. Then, of course, there is representation. I mean, you have to represent the people who elected you. And given that Parliament, Senate is part of Parliament and is one of the arms of government, then you know that part of your representation is not only for the county that elected you, but is a national platform. And that makes Senate as a position, as a key position that can be able to push legislative frameworks that are well-intentioned, that are reflective of advancing the interests of the masses. And then of course, you could also get involved in policy works. You can be able to give your comments on policies that are either working for the nation or not. There'll be no harm as a senator or senators to even move Parliament on issues of even the new system of education, in terms of the level of preparedness. You can give your key comments, key opinions that should be able to move the executive.
Yeah.
That is a key house. You see, Senate, any house, whether it's National Assembly, whether it's the County Assembly or the Senate, these are creatures of the Constitution. Of course, in this world, we say that for those of us who believe in the Bible, that we are all creatures of the Bible, creatures of God, based on the biblical teachings, right? Yes, so based on the constitutional teachings, Parliament, National Assembly, all those positions, all those institutions, they are creatures of the Constitution. And who are the writers of the Constitution? The Kenyans themselves.
The people, yes.
Yeah, the Kenyans. We are the ones who gave ourselves the Constitution. Is no longer new now, but we still refer to it as a new Constitution, and it's one of the progressive constitutions in the world. Yeah, so ideally, that should be a primary role of a senator, advancing the best interest of the country, the best interest of those who voted for you, and more importantly, protecting devolution.
So, basing on where this thought originated, in a nutshell, are you basically just saying that the incumbent is not doing any of the things that are intentioned or meant to be done by the senator?
At the moment, he appears to have embarked on a road to Damascus. In our road to Damascus is a road where you get and you say, hey, maybe there is something I need to be doing. Yeah.
Too little, too late?
Yeah. It's too late. It's too late. It's in Kiswahili we will ordinarily say, in English we are getting into the home stretch. We already home stretch.
Injury time.
Yeah, injury time. Ukicheza vibaya unangolewa mguu.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so one of the things is the first line of defense.
Yes.
For devolution, actually. Whereas the Constitution obligates the Senate to protect devolution. But at the county level, remember, the three arms of government at the national level, they are there. But at the devolved level, judiciary was not devolved. We only have the executive, where we have the governor and the CECs, CSMs, and we have the chief officers who are part of the executive team. Then the legislative arm is the leadership of the county assembly, led by the speaker. For us, my brother, Wakili Emmanuel Situma. All senators in this country, they have had a chance to address, quite a number of them, to address their respective county assemblies. You have a forum as a senator to interact with other elected leaders. Quite often I listen to some of the Senate proceedings and you wonder, there are some issues that get to the floor of the Senate and you wonder why weren't they flagged early enough. And in my view, a good senator will be able to work hand in hand with the members of the county assembly. These are the people who actually pass the bills, the money bills at the county level. They are the ones who pass the budgets. It will be incumbent upon the senator to interrogate the governor, interrogate the members of the county assembly, even have an address to the Senate, and just have an honest conversation and say, hey, ladies and gentlemen, there is a reason why devolution was passed. And it's for a simple reason that previously a lot of the monies were being kept by the national government, and development was not uniform.
It wasn't trickling down.
Based on the Tomboya 1965 secession of paper number 10, the proposal was drill development will go to areas of high value. I mean, prospects of development, and the focus was high altitude areas, and that is why when even the railway was constructed early enough in this country, you realize it followed some areas. You'll get Nanyuki, you'll see railway, you'll see diversion to Mount Kenya, you see the Western Belt getting to Kisumu and all that. In some areas it was just sneaking in. So clearly devolution came to cure that. And remember, it's not the first time that we're having devolution in this country. There was Majimboism that was actually muzzled. It died a natural death under the Kanu regime. So the reason why Senate was really established was actually to defend and protect devolution. It's very easy, by the way. I'm seeing now some governors are saying they want to abscond attending Senate interrogation. And remember, Senate or Parliament, it has quasi-judicial authority. You can call anybody, either as the entire House of the Senate or as a committee. Yeah, you can call anybody and interrogate anybody on anything. Of course, you don't just call people on issues that are not very serious. So with that tells you that Senate is not a cosmetic house. It is a serious platform. Institution, and you need a senator, a good senator should be able to demonstrate that indeed they know their stuff. They are not just engaged in noise making. And if you're talking about oversight, you are taking you can be loud, but you're doing very little. You can be loud, but you're doing very little. So there is a need to have a different approach in terms of striking an honest conversation with the elected leaders at the county level, with the governor, with the CCs. At times we really shine a spotlight on one person called the governor, but we end up forgetting that there are other people, appointees of the governor, who can also be separately called to answer to issues in regard to embezzlement of funds. In this county, we have a stalled project. Recently, I appeared in one of the local FM station, and I raised weighty issues in terms of some of the abandoned projects. Some were initiated. There is no clear scorecard. It is the work of the senator to wake up the governor and the leadership of the executive, and if possible, the members of the county assembly, and remind them, hey, we need a clear scorecard. And it's a matter of right for members of the public. If they're not giving you can actually do a letter and serve the governor publicly and publish on your wall and say, hey, As your senator, I have asked the governor to respond on A, B, C, D. I have also written a letter to the county assembly to respond on A, B, C, D. You can have a sit down so that we cut down on the contestations, because right now the governor of Bungoma and the senator, they have been together for all these years, 4 years. This is the 5th year. So what has changed? If you start interrogating the budget for the last financial year, the question is, what about year 1? What about year 2? What about year 3? It doesn't make sense. And surprisingly, voters have become very clever.
They can see through the charade.
They can see through the charade. That is interesting because it reminds me, the other day we had a by-election in Chwele Kapchai, and people came with money in gunias and all that, but we still had our way. Just because the voters decided to trust and sieve the information and be able to see through the lies. So for us, because I come from Chwele, and for whatever reasons, I played a central role anyway, in as much as I not again want to look like I want to take credit for the by-election. But those who were out there, they saw some of the commitments, a lot of commitments that we had. So the voter, the biggest outcome, the take-home lesson from some of the recent by-elections, especially for the Chwele Kapchai, was that the voters are becoming more skillful.
Yes.
They are more knowledgeable.
Yes.
Kenya is not Uganda. Kenya is not Tanzania.
No, it's not.
There is so much information today.
The civic awareness of the voter is top-notch. Yes.
People in the villages have phones,
Oh, amazing.
We used to say whatever is happening online is not on the ground. That things go ground are different. Now that is changing. It's very possible that what is online is actually what is on the ground.
Some serious homogeneity between ground and yes. It's amazing. So you have actually answered what was possibly my next question, which was to the extent of why do you feel you're qualified for this job, like this job you're bidding for, and from the way you've just extolled, I think that is almost an answer sufficient enough, unless there is something you want to top up on it as a sherry on top. Because from the way you've spoken and the way you've articulated, I actually get to feel like, yes, this gentleman, supposing you remain true to the spirit of the word you've just spoken, could do a good job of oversight and guidance and offering leadership from the ground all the way to the house.
Amazing.
Yes. So unless there is something else that you maybe have not expounded on, that you can just
say one thing.
Yes.
The answer to that lies to intention.
Yes.
And commitment. If your intentions are to serve the members of the public, you have the passion, because leadership is about service to humanity. So my biggest drive is actually intentions. I've always wanted to work for this county government of Bungoma for a very long time.
Yes.
I have played a key role in quite a number of the elections that have put some people in respective offices to the position of a governor. And perhaps
in what capacity?
No. In just campaign elections, maybe you are in a secretariat. You're holding some positions.
Yes.
But more importantly is at times we believe so much that the candidates we are supporting, they will not depart from the manifesto that you were involved in midwiving.
Yes.
You listen to them, and then at times when they get in those offices, they set foot in the public office. One, you are elbowed. And then 2, the focus shifts, and 3, you wonder whether they still hold the same ideals that they were propagating. So at times I strongly feel, and I have been an avid reader of Barack Obama and the late President Nelson Mandela, the first post-apartheid president, the pioneer president, South Africa in post-apartheid. You go back and read their history, Of course, Barack Obama is still around with us, so we can still be able to make a quick reference. Those guys, they didn't just wake up and they became presidents. When you go back and check their history, you realize these were people who are really, really, really passionate about community engagement. And if there is something I really love about Barack Obama, was his love for community engagement. That is what catapulted him into the national sphere of even clinching the American presidency as the 44th president at a very, very young age.
Yes.
So in terms of positioning and all that. So clearly when you
the oratory skills.
And the oratory skills, yeah.
I can't go without mentioning that.
Exactly. Yes. There is a speech he gave in DNC, Democratic National Convention, in 2005. It carried him through, all through.
Yes.
I think I don't know who was running for. Was it Gary? I don't know Gary who was running for presidency, but he was a curtain raiser. You know, for them, they'll get one person to curtain raise, and whoever speaks before their main candidate will be able to bring out their agenda.
Yes.
Whether it is they are the Democrats or whether it is about the Republicans, they'll always have the curtain raisers. Just like if you want to make a presentation, okay, let me give an example of Boma Yangu. When during some of these, when the government wants to sell a certain agenda, even during these public holiday functions, you will see they find a way of the presentations mirroring the government agenda. So for them, when they are running for presidency during the main elections, they'll get a curtain raiser. I remember when I think Bush served for 2 terms in America, and one of the curtain raisers was someone who had lost the family through Al-Qaeda, through terrorism. So he had to use that so that he's coming out as someone who will protect Americans. But then the Democrats will now get someone who, for whatever reasons, who lost the soldiers because the American soldiers had been sent to war-torn areas. So then we are saying, hey, we want to change our approach to international affairs. We do not want wars, and that is what Barack Obama came with, that we can find a way of being diplomatic. And he actually changed the American image. And when you compare the Barack Obama's approach to, until when he destabilized Libya,
yes.
he was doing very well in terms of international image of America and all that. And as you can see, his approach was a bit different, quite diplomatic. It's a complete opposite of what we are witnessing with the current Potters.
Fair. So you've earlier mentioned that this wasn't your first term at this
showing interest.
Race.
Showing interest.
Yes, you showed interest the first time in 2022 when the seat fell vacant after the current senator was upgraded, became number 3, third in command, the famous third in command.
Yes. My very good friend.
Yes.
Fellow alumni.
Yes, fellow alumni Terem, partially. Before Kamsinga stole him. All right. So, tell me a little bit about this negotiated democracy that led to you paving way to the incumbent.
Actually, it wasn't negotiated democracy. I think it was harassment.
Okay.
Yeah, those guys.
Do tell, brother. Do tell if you can, though. Kama hujasaini inaitwanga aje? NDA. Kama hujasaini NDA.
Yeah, one of the leaders called me to his office and really harassed me.
So it was negotiated or else?
No, it wasn't negotiated. It was harassment.
Yes.
I quickly noticed that I thought within the party at that time, because I'm not a member of Ford Kenya, that has been very clear.
Yes.
But at that time, I was still, I know the government was new, both the county and the national government. We had our own expectations as a young lawyer. We had also had lots of backroom discussions that when we form this government, you'll get this, you'll get this. You're a professional, we'll fix you in some of these positions. So at a time when my good friend Wakili Senior Counsel Daktari was elevated to the speakership.
Yes,
I had just noticed that there was a bit of a quick shift kidogo in terms of the attention that we were getting during the election and after the election.
Okay.
Then, of course, it takes time. There is the speaker declares the seat vacant and all that. Yeah, some bit of time. Then elections are kicking in. Yeah, so I said, hey, these people are likely to forget me. They are showing symptoms of elbowing us, and it's not the first time I've been elbowed. That was probably most going to be the third or almost the fourth time. So I said, hey, let me just raise my hand. I told you have to raise your hand early enough. You don't fail to raise your hand in year 1, year 2, Form 3, and then you start raising your hand in Form 4.
Sticking with the analogy.
Yeah. So I raised my hand. I said, hey, I am here. This party, all we need is party structures. The president is still our president.
Yes.
We can still be able to get some bit of support. The governor is there. They are my friends. I could get some bit of support. But then I noticed the party had already withdrawn its support for me. In fact, when I declared that time, nobody took me serious until we started making our name started gracing, littering the news, the daily papers.
Groups on Facebook.
Groups on Facebook. There was an interview. I was interviewed about the senatorial bid that time, and the story was carried in the national, in Daily Nation. I had also been, for quite some time, been a writer, a columnist with the Daily Nation, actually, until when I became a bit busy with these legal things. Sometimes, you wake up, you have to prepare for a hearing.
Yes.
So writing at times can be quite challenging because you really need to concentrate, pick the current affairs and all that. But otherwise, I had really established a very good brand with the Daily Nation, with the Star newspaper, with the Standard. You go and if you just Google Eric Nakhurenya, you'll see quite a number of
I've run
features.
into quite a couple, yes.
Yeah. So then I realized that at that time, the party had already quietly made a decision to support my good friend. So they called me and I had a sit down with them. They said, hey, I hope you already know that as a party we have already made up our mind. We already have a candidate. I said, no, I'm not aware of that. They said, no. Who is your candidate? No, we are already supporting this guy.
Who's delivering the news now?
Of course, the party leader. It can't be any other person.
Okay.
I had already talked to other people around the party structures who had actually pushed for nomination.
Okay.
So I said, fine, we could be able to push towards the nomination, and we're just the two of us, and see whoever beats the other. Then we can be able to get the full support of the other candidate and fly the party ticket. But that was not the case. And the unfortunate bit is at that time I was also still actively serving as a member of the National Election Board. So
within the party.
So the reality is I'm the one who handed over eventually I'm the one who gave the ticket to Wagoli. I actually signed his certificate as a member of the National Election Board. I had a chance at least to participate and even hand over. But when they were taking a photo, some of the adherents of my good brother at that time since I had showed my interest, so they took a photo and they actually cut off my image. So there's only the hands that were handing over.
What in the name of pettiness is this?
Which is normal. I'm not complaining, but
yes,
of course.
But you took note.
I took note of that. And being a young person, or relatively young, I think he beats me by maybe about 2 or 3 years. So we are relatively more or less like age mates.
Yes.
It was also easy for me to say fine. Hii kiti ilikuwa ya chama na huyu ni kijana mwenzangu. Let us rally behind him. So actually, I made my declaration to support him publicly. He thanked me. There is a video.
I think I ran into it. Yes.
Yeah, you may have bumped into it.
Yes.
Yeah, where we are really.
Yes. I mean, seemed cordial.
Very cordial.
Yes.
Yeah. So eventually, it was a personal decision after realizing
there was no like pact that if you drop your bid, we might be able to like secure.
There was reference on
this goodie bag for you.
There was constant reference on what we had already talked about and agreed about in pre-2022. So even when this by-election thing came in, it wasn't like relax because we are giving you something new. We had already had our own.
There were promises that were earlier made.
Yeah. So we were.
Are you able to speak on them?
I think it's unnecessary.
Not unnecessary?
It's unnecessary. Just key government appointments, either at Parliament.
Yes. Okay.
As a lawyer, of course.
Yes.
I'll do well as a research assistant, as a researcher. Within Parliament files and all that. I'll still be able to go to court on the side of the government as an advocate of the High Court. I mean, there'll be quite a number of opportunities. I could still serve as a CC at the county level. I could still have served as a chief officer, maybe in like.
This does not seem like a difficult pledges to keep. I'm a promises to keep.
I could still get any other appointment in the national government. Yeah, so there were quite a number of areas that we could have still found ourselves.
Is your raising your hand rather showing your intention to run for Senator 2022?
At that time,
is it what sponsored you now being sidelined or what? If I was to just pocket it.
I think it's a usual script. I would say it is a usual script. Our leaders, this I can say without fear, and I'll be very happy to go on record and say that our leaders are always hesitant to support progressive minds, to support independent minds, to support young people with their full potential to grow. Yeah. That is what William Ruto beats most of the Western leaders, because even when William worked with Uhuru Kenyatta, he started planning for his succession politics. He planted quite a number of people from his community. Especially if you check IEBC list of officials, just go and run through the IEBC
key positions,
key positions, all the way from the national to the county to the grassroots level. You will just realize, hey, there is Kip Koriri, there is this, and he was doing that under the watch of or otherwise of Uhuru Kenyatta. He was just the deputy president. So this is someone who had already drawn his trajectory, his focus. So even eventually when he was sidelined from government, he had so many informers.
The infrastructure still there.
The infrastructure was there.
Yes.
Yeah. The infrastructure was there.
I think that's the one thing they overlooked.
That is one thing that the Handshake brothers, the late Raila Odinga and the immediate former president overlooked.
Yes.
William Ruto was
still government.
Time. He was still government.
Even working from the sidelines.
He could even speak with authority, and you'll wonder whether, you know how he used to speak.
Yes.
Yeah. So he could dare the devil. Yeah. So I remember one of the days I walked to one of the offices of one of our leaders, again without getting into mentioning the names or the name. On that day, I remember making a very humble and moving appeal I said, I am like an aeroplane on the runway, ready to take off. All I needed was just some bit of support. And again, it was just a reminder to our leaders. But again, that didn't go through. So as I'm seated here, my mind is very clear. Today, if you come to me and you tell me, and that people have actually approached me and told me, Eric, you're still young. Why can't you drop this senatorial bid? Why can't you do the bidding for post-election appointment? That is laughable. In fact, it is
You've
an
heard
insult.
that story before?
Yeah, I have. Not once. I've had those stories before. In fact, the moment someone starts that, my presumption is they have been sent.
Hapa nataka kuchezwa.
Yeah. So
yes.
Just for the record,
yes,
by God's grace,
yes,
we will be on the ballot. Eric Nakhurenya will be on the senatorial.
Is that the reason why you've opted to? You're coming as an independent, right?
Of course, as at now, I haven't made up my mind on the party
to affiliate with.
But as we move forward, you see, running for county position, my brother, at times you may have to team up with parties,
yes,
or individuals.
But as
at now, I am not aligned.
Yes,
I mean, it will be unstrategic to start aligning now.
Yes,
we are just looking forward to getting into the window of political transfer. About a month ago,
yes,
we were not talking about Sifuna.
Yes,
but now in this country, there is Sifuna moment.
Yes.
Yeah. He appears to have...
Put a pin to that. That's a whole segment on its own. I believe as per your socials, I'm sure there's a lot you can weigh in on that. Yeah. So, interesting. Another question that pops up around this, your intention to run for senator, is you've one, you're running as an independent, and two, that means that without a party's backing or a party structure to lean on, means that this thing is costing you a pretty penny. Yeah. So how are you managing to put together a campaign and traverse this county? This county is quite...
It's interesting,
it's quite huge.
It's quite huge.
Yes.
For instance, yesterday I did meet the people tour. Not meeting the people. I did Sunday fellowship, of course, which is still meet the people tour.
Yes.
In Mount Elgon.
Yes.
Mount Elgon is a rugged landscape.
Yes.
I mean, you need a heavy machine if you are moving up there. I went to Chepiuk, I went to Kapkateni. Kapkateni ward begins from Mukuyuni, but it extends up. So there is the lower Kapkateni, and then there is the upper Kapkateni. So I mean, it's one ward, but that I'm telling you, you really have to navigate around. You wonder it gets to Kipsigon up there. Yeah. So then we did some 2 churches. We left there. We headed to a church in Kamkuya, the one being pastored by Bishop Ndinyu. In Kamkuya, and then I left Kamkuya. We went to some social place. I had some meeting there in Kamkuya with a good number of people. We left there. We came to Kandui again, some meet the people tour. On Saturday, we had done quite a number of funerals. Then we did some meeting in Siboti. There are meetings that I don't even publish. Yeah, especially strategy meeting. Yeah. Then there are others that we say, fine, let's show the members of the public that indeed we are moving. Again, if you are quiet, your supporters will not know.
Yes, they will not know.
It's a county position, you must demonstrate.
Yes.
But interestingly, I can tell you without a doubt, Joel, that the people of Bungoma, they are staring at a need for leadership that will be well-intentioned to serve them. And there is a huge gap. Secondly, we are staring at what you'll term as a generational sweep. There is a shift towards the new brooms from the old brooms. From the positions of MCAs to other top positions, there is an urgent need, there is a hunger for well-intentioned leadership.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's beautiful to see that
so
way.
Because of that, and that is pushing our name so well. At times I wake up and I see very many young people that have an idea. I can't actually put even my mind on their faces. I can't pick them on the streets. We have quite a number of them, the Gen Zs, the millennials, who are doing artworks and pushing brand Nakhurenya. Nowadays I go online and then I see a name of a real account, but with my profile. I mean, that is just priceless. I have not paid anybody. You'll go online, then you see someone has put you on their status. My brother, that is priceless. And they're saying, this is our senator, 2027. You've not met them. Someone calls you and says, I am marketing for you. I do not need anything. But on a good day, just give me bundles of 200. And they do that on a daily basis. If it was about money, our name will not be where we are. Because I can speak without a doubt that today in Bungoma, if there was a survey to be carried out about the senatorial aspirants, we are very sure that our name somehow will come up.
Yes.
Yeah. And there are people who are also keen. Imagine that people are keen supporters, and someone will just call you and tell you, "Hey, Erica, what are you doing over the weekend? I don't want to promise much, but I'll send you something small." The following day, you wake up and you see they've sent you 10,000.
Nice,
my brother. 10,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah, that can.
All I need to do is fuel my car or a friend's car with some 3,000, depending where you are going to. Have a lean team. We cruise. You go to a funeral, you give 2,000. You go to another funeral, you give 2,000. You've gone to Bumula, you've gone to Ebuye, 10,000. You're done. You've moved around. You've sold your name.
Yes.
People fear, and I want to urge young people not to fear. If it is about money, then we will never emerge. For a simple reason. I've said that most of our leaders, they are not very ready. They are hesitant to support young people with the full potential who can compete with other young people in other communities. Remember, it's a competition. It's the same thing when you're talking about the county government of Bungoma. If you are not creating your own industries as a county, if you are embezzling funds as a county, and Makueni is doing all it takes to ensure they have cottage industries.
Yes.
Machakos is doing the same. You go to Kilifi, there is maybe Kilifi or Malindi, there is Vipingo. There is a special economic zone, there is Vipingo. And you go to Nakuru. Nakuru has hived space of about 2,000 acres or almost 5,000 acres within Naivasha for special economic zone. AP is that special economic zones, and they are engaging in. They are able to get a strategic partner to have investments, to have value addition in manufacturing, given that Kenya is largely an agricultural country.
Yes.
So if those counties are doing that, they are negotiating with the national government, they're negotiating with developmental partners for FDI, foreign direct investment. And you go to a county like Kiambu, where Del Monde as a company is domiciled. The neighboring counties that are agricultural have signed a pact with Del Monde so that it can be able to extend the agricultural investment, huge amount of money.
Yes.
That investment from development strategic partners is not part of the exchequer releases, the normal exchequer releases.
Yeah.
Like in Bungoma, we talk of the 15 billion. Maybe in Kakamega, we're talking about 16 billion. 15 billion.
Yes.
Bungoma like that. The others that get 7. Transfer maybe gets about 10 or even 9 billion.
Yes.
When you get this money, the question is, what are you doing with that money? You will come and tell us that the president has elevated Kisiwa Technical Institute. Fine, to a national level, or he's coming to do that. That's fine.
Paying recurrent expenses.
He's going to elevate, he's elevated maybe formerly Sangalo Institute to Bungoma National Polytechnic. Yes. Fine. You'll tell us that he's coming to elevate Matili to Matili National Polytechnic. That is fine. That is elevation, which is declaratory.
Yes.
The question is, these skilled young people as a county, what is your focus as a leadership?
Especially
and I want to put on notice the government of the Lusaka-led government, and of course together with my brother Wakoli, who is currently the senator, so they are associated. If this is the legacy regime, a leadership that leaves legacy, an indelible mark, should not behave the way it is behaving.
Where is the legacy?
There is no legacy. You cannot fail to be accountable, fail to implement, follow the budget, implement key projects. You cannot fail to have any industry, any factor, even cottage industry, by the relevant department. We have a department in this county called the Department of Energy, Trade and Industrialization. Which industry do we have in this county? As a county, it cannot be.
Sugar.
It cannot be that your work is just to collect rent revenue from a shop in Chwele, a shop in Mianga, a shop in Bungoma town. It cannot be the only work, yet you're not improving the business environment. So most counties, I'm saying this because as a public policy consultant, as a full-time consultant, as an advocate of the High Court, and as a researcher, a full-time researcher, counties are in a competition. They are fencing their opportunities within their jurisdiction, and they are doing that to protect those investments to solely benefit the young people in the respective counties.
Yes. What is Bungoma doing?
There is nothing that Bungoma is doing. Once we start asking those hard questions, then we'll be able to really have the emergency of leaders who are amenable to transparency and accountability, who will not have an issue when you're asking them about transparency and accountability. They are simply asking you, we gave you 15 billion. What have you done with that money? It's a simple question.
It's a lot of money.
That cannot be witch hand. You just need to respond that, yes, there was this program that was earmarked for implementation. It was not done for this reason. Maybe there was a delay in exchequer releases. There was a supplementary budget, and this is what we are going to do.
Yes.
Proper oversight should be accompanied with facts. There should be what you call fact check. You should be able to know what is in the budget. And it's very easy. Budget making process is a public exercise. Once the budget has been passed by the county assembly, you can be able to have access. Any member of the public actually can be able to have access. So if an ordinary member can still be able to have access, what about a senator? What about a member of the county assembly?
Yes.
You should be able to have access. So we should not make some of these positions to be cosmetic. These are serious platforms to advance the interests of the masses.
Yes.
And we must have an honest conversation. It cannot be that it's almost 15 years. We have a project like High Altitude Training Center that has told there is no clear scorecard on how much has been pumped into the project. It cannot be that quite a number of the ECD classes are abandoned or they're not in good shape 3 years, 4 years down the line, even 2 years down the line, yet there was money, maybe a contract was paid. I mean, you have to interrogate. It cannot be that you hurriedly dropped the scholarship project, even when those who are benefiting were the children from Bungoma County.
Why did he drop it though?
I don't understand.
It was such an impactful program.
It was such an impactful program. So when you start asking, those are some of the questions that will make you to ask yourself whether are we still talking about the legacy regime? Are we still guided by the initial ideals, the commitment that we had? From where I sit, my good friend has extremely departed from the initial position, and having served as Speaker of the Senate, having previously served as the PS, and being in a position, in fact, for agriculture, and being in a position also to serve repeatedly in the docket of agriculture under the Council of Governors leadership, and running a county that is largely domiciled in an agricultural setup. I want to tell you that about 40% of the revenue income The revenue stream from the county government of Bungoma, 40% is from agriculture.
That's a significant chunk.
Yeah. Ask yourself, what is the budgeted allocation towards agriculture? It's 8%, about 8 to 9%.
That's
a sector that is giving you 40% of revenue income does not deserve to get 8 to 10% budgeted allocation.
Yeah.
It needs more, because then it can be able to generate more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So there's a need to have a discussion. I mean, you go to Mabanga and then you realize we have tractors that have been abandoned. Right now it's raining. By now, farmers could be preparing their farms using the county government equipment. They are abandoned. Perhaps when you do a cross-check and you're asking some of those questions, you realize maybe it was just a tire burst, or it was just a minor thing. How come it's not been fixed? This county government should be able to invest in extension officers. We have soil testing department office somewhere near the KI in this town. You know, the best you need to do is, at times when you wait for our farmers, we know our people, they may not be keen to come to town and get the extension officers all the way, perhaps even facilitate them to all the way to Tongareni. But suppose the county government invested in extension officers and facilitated them to go to respective farms in different parts of the county, hold public participation, invite farmers, and tell them, we want to get soil from your farms. They'll simply label that soil, they come do the testing, they give them their results. So that when you are giving them fertilizer, you know, you can give people fertilizer and it's not helpful based on the acidity content of their soil. So the good intentions should be able to match the actions. You should be able to go beyond the call of duty. Actually, where this county government is in terms of performance for the last almost about 15 years now, or 13 years, where we are, the next governor has a lot of work. The next senator has a lot of work cut out for them. We need to give hope. You talk to young people in this county.
We've retrogressed, huh?
We have. Yes. We have. Other counties have moved. Kakamega here, when my good friend Oparanya was former governor, Oparanya was the governor, they identified roads. Roads that could cut across constituencies and could cut across respective wards. And they'll say, these are good roads. They'll be tarmacking maybe 1 kilometer every year. Progressively, when you do for almost 10 years, you've tarmacked about 10 kilometers. Now, in this ward, if it's a connecting road, this ward has tarmacked 10, and it is joining another ward that has done 10, and it is linking to another ward that has done 10.
Yes.
Eventually, that road, you realize the county government has been able to engage in tarmacking roads, and the road network has improved.
Yes.
For about 10 years, there is, at least in every ward, there is a tarmac road.
The aggregation is...
That is not there in Bungoma. And all you needed was a visionary leader. And as voters, we always think we've elected the right leaders, the right people for the jobs, but eventually realize we elected the wrong people for the jobs. Yeah.
Well, Bungoma has stepped a lot in this being the governor's role. Yeah, we've had our fair share of, not really putting someone on the job who, puts us on the map positively, like other counties. They've mentioned the Makuenis of this world and the Kakamega counties of this country, and comparatively, we seem to be falling short.
We are way, again, using the CBE grading, we'll say we are below expectation.
CB grading, what's that?
Yeah, the competence-based education system of grading.
Yes.
Yeah, or rating.
Yeah, okay.
We are, unless maybe the highest we can get is approaching expectation, but we are below expectation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You can't confidently say, I have exceeded expectation as your governor, or I am meeting your expectation as a governor, or as an MCA. Recently, I met some of my good friends, the budget making committee members of the county assembly, and I told them, You see, we normally interrogate budget making cycle in terms of implementation of the projects within the quarters. So there is the first quarter, which runs immediately after budget. The budget has been read or passed. So that will go all the way to around September. Then the second quarter will run from October all the way to December. But remember, for Bungoma, the entire county had been pulled towards the Chwele Kapchai campaigns. There was nothing that was going on. After campaign, those guys had lost terribly. Then they remembered, hey, we need to review our budget. We haven't done anything in the first quarter. We haven't done anything in the second quarter. And I challenged them. I told them, hey guys, you're on your way out. You are on your way out. Yeah. So we'll be challenging my good friend David Wakoli that as Lusaka parks, he should also park with him.
Because they have
been together. He should just park. He should not disturb the people of Bungoma. He has had a chance. He has squandered it.
Yes.
And the only biggest challenge is, you see, when you're young and you're given a position, ukipewa perform. If you don't perform, you are likely to impair other people to rise.
Yeah. All right. Paul, tell Akinagesa to keep it down. Probably just like call it a day. The drilling is really making a lot of noise.
But by 8 p.m.
Okay. All right. Let us switch. Before we switch gears a little bit, we have to know the man who is speaking before us. And before that, man, this is our partner, Magic Drinks. Huyu ndio anatusaidia kupay a few bills here. This drink is from Haitia's supermarket. Probably a lot of people do not know, by the way. So next time you're in the supermarket and you're feeling thirsty, take a boost of energy. And you're welcome, by the way. They are, in case you feel like drinking something, feel free to grab anything that looks like... that is lime, that is lemon, I think.
Try it.
Feel free. So I would like us to switch gears a little bit, and at least we've heard extensively about your resume and your intentions and why you are best suited for this role. I'd like to briefly go back a bit in time.
Yes.
And funny thing, I like knowing people's nicknames. There is something about nicknames, they show you, they give you an insight of who the person is socially. I didn't run into any of you while I was preparing for this conversation. How come?
Real names.
Hata mkicheza
I'll tell you, my other name might make me to lose votes.
Why? Is it a bit of a mouthful?
No. I am a son of a uniformed officer.
Okay.
My father worked with Kenya prisons as a dedicated member of the discipline forces. And by virtue of his employment as a prison ward, a prison officer, askaris keep moving from point one to point B, one area to another one.
Yeah, the postings, yes.
Yes, the postings. He began his work in Isiolo before we were born. Then he had in Kiganjo, and then he was moved to Meru.
Yeah.
Not Meru, Machakos. That is where I was born.
Okay.
The reality is I was born in Machakos.
Okay.
The current Machakos level 5. The other day, about 2 weeks ago, I visited my birthplace.
I think I saw it on your socials. Yes.
And the place is very clean. It was nostalgic being home. I mean, visiting.
being home.
Being home. I mean, a place where you were born.
Yes.
You always have an attachment. There is always a reason why you were born there.
Yeah, origins. Huh?
Yes, there's always a reason.
Point zero.
Yeah. So that's where I was born.
Yes.
I saw a church next to that hospital called Salvation Army. Told there were people from home who were there, and they played a guardian role to my parents when I was born. They were there because they were in the leadership of the church. And my father moved to Meru. He was given a transfer. My mom couldn't manage withstand the weather in Meru. It can be very cold. I remember there was something called upele when we were growing up. Ile unatoka ngozi saa zingine weather inakusumbua tu. The last time I saw my mother in Meru, and I was very young. That time it was just me and my kid sister, my immediate follower, who is a teacher in one of the schools in this county. My mother was affected, and I think I was a bit young. I couldn't process much, but I remember she left us. So I remained with my father and one of my cousins in Meru. And that's where I started schooling.
Yeah, I picked that up when I was preparing for this conversation. I hammered it in as a question. That was a very interesting dynamic where you know, back in the day, to find people, boys living, kids living with their dad, and mama koshago is not very common.
I'll tell you, it's actually uncommon.
Yes. But, so how come? That was a very interesting dynamic. I made sure to note it down that I can ask you about it. Yes.
Meru was an interesting place. That's the first place where I still remember now establishing a relationship with a young man called Ali. We were just babies. So the first friend of mine was Ali. The father was a Muslim. Yes. And we were close friends. We were just neighbors. And there was another askari who used to be, alikuwa anaitwa Karoli. Alikuwa anapiga randa. Akitoka kazi, akivua uniform, anapiga randa. I could see this guy, and I was, ujamani kapenda, pana ni askari. One time he's put on the right gears, and the next time he's anapiga randa. Yeah, so it was early days. It was quite interesting. And again, there was Meru Museum. Mzee used to take me to museum. I went to CCM Township Primary School, just in Meru at a junction, just near Meru Prison. So that was quite interesting. Then Mzee was given transfer. Actually, that was in nursery. Yeah. So I think by third term we landed in the village. So I went to CJ Primary.
Yeah.
Yeah, CJ Primary, just third term, and then I think I was got to class 1. The only thing I remember is I used to be number 1.
Wait, how old were you when you were living with your dad alone in Machakos and now Meru?
I did, I think 4 years in Machakos. So there are things I don't really remember in Machakos. Yeah. The only thing I remember...
How was he being able to take care of, was it 2 kids by himself? Or the cousin
the cousin was a bit older. So my cousin was older by almost 10 years. So that was good. The cousin was in like class 5, 6.
Okay.
So that was good. That was good enough. Yeah.
It was helping.
Yeah, helping me. Yeah, because he's a busy man. Mzee was busy.
Yes, I can imagine.
But I remember this day when Mzee left us. So he used to ration. No, he will tell you, he'll arrange. You'll eat these, you'll eat these, you'll eat these. And I'll tell you one of the interesting scenario. Mzee is the first person who taught me how to cook. Of course, as a lawyer, you learn first of all to cook ugali. So there is this...
I'm saying yes.
Yeah, there is particular day,
yes,
he left with my cousin. And I remained at home. And I was extremely playful. If there is something I remember, I was extremely playful.
Are you just sugarcoating naughty?
I was just extremely playful. Yeah, I had so many friends.
Okay.
And I was an avid lover of Safari Rally. Okay. There was the son to the late President Daniel Teacher Arap Moi.
Yeah.
He was a Safari Rally driver. I think I ought to have been a Safari Rally driver. I really loved driving because that's what I used to watch when I was very young. Now, there's this particular day when he left with my cousin. They overstayed. Usually, by noon, he'll be home or around 1. Yeah. So you just know that around that time he will be there and he'll cook for you. So he didn't cook. Hey, I looked around and then I said, but I've always seen my father cook. So there was a stove there. I drew some water, put on the sufuria, waited for about 3-4 minutes. I don't know, because I was counting. I thought maybe I knew how to count. So 1 minute, because I used to see my father will just, after a short while, then he start cooking. Then I took unga, put in water. I started cooking, man. I was cooking, man. Ugali hivi, napika hivi. I cooked until my father came. Because haikuwa inaiva.
Haikuanza kungua.
Sasa when he came,
yes.
he really sympathized with me. Then he said, sorry, kaa chini. So wakati nilikaa,
how old are you at this point? Like
I was like I think 5.5 years.
All right.
I was in 6.
Okay.
Do you know the only step that I had not done? Sikuwa nimewasha stove. So mimi nilichukua maji nikaeka. Akili hainiambii lazima washe. Na nikaendelea nikangoja kidogo nikaanza kupika. Napika ugali hivi. I cooked until mzee came around. Found me cooking. But
it's actually probably good that you did not.
Then later on I realized I think it's good. Sikuwasha.
Because if you're 5 or something thereabout, it's actually for the best that you did not light the stove. Tungekuwa tunaongea hapa na shuku.
So what happened? Mzee just looked at me and said, hata alikuwa amenikosea.
Yeah.
Then akawasha stove. Hadi nikamwambia na niyo kitu tu nilikuwa nimesahau. It's the only thing I forgotten, man. Daddy tu nilisahau. Nikuja kama nimemaliza. Yeah. So then he laughed.
Yes.
Na kwa vile nilikuwa na njaa bwana. Alikuwa tu amemaliza vile aleka tu sufuria chini. Nikachukua I thought ni maji ya kunawa. Nikamwaga maji kwa sufuria nikaanza kunawa. Kumbe nimechukua cooking not cooking paraffin, we used to cook with paraffin, your stove.
Yeah.
So nimechukua paraffin, nimemwaga kwa sufuria. So wakati naanza kunawa nasikia harufu because I think I was really hungry. Now that delayed me because now you have to get soap and wash. Then mzee was just looking at me. I think he had really put me in torture that day.
Mbaya boss.
Mbaya sana. And then
it's showing.
Then I learned. So yeye hakuwa amezoea kutupikia uji. Sasa hiyo unga cause haikuwa ungeipika tena, akaiweka after a day or so akatengeneza uji. Akaniitia akasema kuja kunywa uji. I told him, "Mimi sikunywangi uji." Yet he used to pay school fees for uji in school. So again, that's the time I also discovered that I was not taking uji all the way until about 2 years ago nikaanza kukunywa uji. Even my mother to date ukimuuliza kama mimi nakunywa uji, he'll tell you, Eric ya kunywanga uji aliacha akiwa mdogo. I need to go and tell my mother that nowadays I take.
That's funny, right?
Then we left Meru when he was given a transfer. Oh, then there's another day mzee left us and he came to the village. Mimi hata sikuwa najua anaenda wapi juzi, nilikuwa sijui mambo na village. Katuacha huko mimi na kazini yangu bwana, tukakula chakula kaisha kwa nyumba. Ali extend bwana akiwa village bwana. I remember there is a day we really walked around.
So we walked around. Were you able to kulikuwa na communication hiyo time kweli?
No. There's nothing. So, I don't know what happened. So
ni kuhangaika tu hapo town.
Tukahangaika tukaanza kufikiria wale marafiki wa mzee. Tukaenda wengine hawatusaidii. Tukakumbuka kuna mahali alikuwa ametuambia tunaweza enda watupatie chakula kama amechelewa. We went there bwana. We just didn't get it. So we came back. In that house kulikuwa tuna mayai moja. Peke yake. Luckily that day mzee dropped back.
Kwa mkaribu kugawana
hiyo mayai ndio tungekula hiyo siku bwana. We were like finished. He came around and he arrived from the village, of course, with the village staff and all that. We were excited. But then shortly he got a transfer to Kakamega. So akaona kijana yangu nikianza kuzunguka naye nitakuwa na mwest. So he took us to the village. I went to the village, CHA Primary School. So most of my friends, again, they may not even know. But those that I started schooling with, because I know 2 of them who was, one is a nurse and she remembers. I remember we tulianza na yeye because I think we were doing very well in class. You'll remember number 1, number 2, and they used to call number 1, number 2, number 3. I used to get 0 in mother tongue because they used to teach mother tongue. So I used to score 0, but I'll still be number 1 because I think I was doing very well in other subjects.
They would cover.
And I'll cover, but mother tongue 0, and it was being graded.
Because kuna umetoka huko kwingine.
Yes, sikuwa najua. Maybe I could have been better in mother tongue.
But you picked up well. I've heard you speak pidgin, and it's pretty good.
I learned this thing when I discovered that if I don't speak my language, man, people will not listen to me.
Yes.
I'll be in trouble. I had to work hard. Of course, I borrowed a lot about from Nelson Mandela, who says when you speak to people in their own language, you speak to their hearts.
For sure.
It really pushed me to also really know. It's good. Culture. You don't know culture without speaking your language. So I'm hoping I'm an aspiring council of elder in future in Luyaland.
So on the right track.
I have to.
Yes. There is this time you mentioned that your dad got involved in an accident and it promoted you to...
No.
Yeah.
Mzee was moved to Kakamega.
Yes.
He spent a lot of time in Kakamega GK prisons. He could shift between Kakamega to Shikusa prison, where we have Bostol Institute for juvenile offenders. And then he could again be shifted to Kakamega. So most of our holidays we used to spend in Kakamega as early as 1994, 1995, 1996.
Yes.
He was involved in a road accident in 1990. So during holidays, we could actually go and stay with Mzee. Mzee was an amiable guy. He taught me how to cook, and he always loved us. He will just want to stay with you. He was finding a way of compensating, because now quite often we're in school, we're with the mother, but during holidays, he'll go and stay with Mzee. And he'll also teach us, he'll also train you, he'll tell you, these are offenders and all that. In fact, when I was very young, there's one incident when I was in Meru. When I was young, I wanted to be an askari. Yani, Mzee, very smart. Yani, mjama smart. Brush viatu. He's taught me how to brush shoes. I brush my shoes every day at night. I don't wake up in the morning to brush my shoes. And then before I sleep, I must know the cloth I'll put on the following day. I don't wake up in the morning to decide and start debating, how am I going to dress? No. Before I sleep, you must know which tie you'll put on the shirt. Is it okay? Ama ni chafu? Shoes are okay? And he used to tell us that you see as an askari, even eating, man, you have to eat within... Why will you eat for 10 minutes? It doesn't make sense. It's never made sense to Mzee. Yeah. I mean, kama yo sasa nakuwa napiga story, but you should be able to eat within 7 minutes. Kama umeenda sana 10 minutes, but eating for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, at least sasa in a social setup, but just a meal and you're going to work, I mean, you need to eat, you need to save time. So that is one thing that is impressive about Mzee. Yeah. Before he'll sleep, anaweka nguo zake pale, ana brush, anakifika anakuambia osha socks. There are two things that Mzee will insist. Akifika, socks lazima zioshwe. Na ukipika, the first thing you must wash is the cooking stick.
Yeah, before it becomes
hard. That is something Mzee will teach you. And he'll tell you, if you can't wash the plate, and then you don't have to cook. Then the next thing he'll wash is the sufuria. Kimaliza anaekea maji. These are things that you pick as a young person depending on the home environment. So in 1996 he was involved in a road accident, and we were in the village. That year was a bad year, so my mother left us in the village, and she went to take care of
cater to him,
cater for him. Those who know us, they know that was a bad year. I have all my immediate neighbors. None has died to date. All my immediate neighbors who saw us grow up, I thank God, all of us are there. They used to see our struggles. I happen to be a firstborn to Mzee.
So you were easily promoted to parent now?
Yes. I was automatically. Mzee was not there to promote me, and the mom had not that she had even a chance to do that. She had to go and take care of Mzee. And while we had a cousin, maybe had even learned more in terms of this family chores and all that than even my cousin. So automatically I played a lead role.
Yes.
My siblings were very, very young, and they actually, to date, they appreciate.
How many are you in total?
That time, we were 4. 5 plus my stepsister who was in high school. So quite often you'll just remain at home alone. We could get right now we are 5, because eventually we got our last born who is in college. That's the last born. You can be sure she's the last born. Yeah. My mother can't give birth again. Huh? Yeah. That work is now our preserve.
Is Mzee still alive?
Yeah. Really thank God for that.
Don't write him off yet.
No. My mother.
On the last born bit.
The last born bit.
Yes.
Yeah. So that bit, that was a hard year. We planted, season of planting, we planted, we didn't have fertilizer, weeding was an issue, we had no capacity, we received very limited support from our relatives, from the neighbors, but I thank God they didn't kill us. At least they were there for us. People stole our animals, thieves, but some of them were just taking advantage because there were limited security. We didn't have no adults in the home now. We didn't have a father. Eventually, Dad, Mzee, was discharged after 1 year. He stayed actually for about 11 months or a whole year. Yeah. And it made me to drop in class. I told you I was a very good student all the way to... I was in class 6 when he was involved in a road accident. When he came back, when he was discharged, he looked at my report card, I had been promoted. He told me, no, just go back to class 6. And I had no options. I went back to class 6, but they had actually promoted me. So that one slowed some of us down a bit. But I thank God that somehow... By the way, there is something that is quite interesting. When Mzee took me to CCM Township Primary School in Meru, for whatever reason, he wanted me to go straight to class 1. He had never told me. I don't know whether he was worried that he was late in life, because Mzee got me when he was past 35, I think 36 years, thereabout. Or he just thought we will still run through, because I was very young. Took me straight to class 1. Hey, I knew nothing in class. I was wondering why people are raising their hands. So whenever I could see my neighbor raising their hand, I'll stare at them and try to pull down their hands, because I'm wondering what is. Then the teacher is the other side teaching, and I'm turning my chair looking at giving him or her the back. So by morning I was in the morning I was admitted in class 1. By midday I was in nursery, because I couldn't fit in that class. They simply called my cousin, and they asked him whether I had ever been to school. I'm sure the response was no. So the following day, I reported to nursery, a complete new class. So later on, I asked my father, why did you take me to class 1? I was very young. It was the first time in school. Yeah, so, those are some of the memories early memories that I remember.
What was his answer? I'm curious.
He didn't give me any answer.
He
just laughed.
So anyway, the question I was going to ask there was this adversity that you went through. You mentioned you grew up relatively well, but then again not too well. A mixture of a bit of hardship and and a bit of normalcy.
I wouldn't sit here and say I come from a poor background. I've always told my parents.
Yes. As a parent who has a bit of income back in the 90s, that is good enough. Yes,
it's good enough.
Yeah. But then again, it's not excess.
He was a breadwinner in the entire of his family. So we used to struggle. At one given time when I was in Nakhurenya High School, my school fees was 27,000. Those days, 2003, 2000, right? The entire year. And I was just getting into Form 4 or Form 3, and the previous school fees in arrears is 27,000. So you can imagine if you added another year, that will be almost in 70s. And I almost dropped out of Teremi. In fact, one of my uncles came at home and talked to me and told me, your father is unable to pay school fees. I want you to can you accept to go to a day school? Hey, I was actually escorting him with a bicycle. I simply placed down the bicycle and I told him, I already told my father I can't leave Nakhurenya High School. And that was the end of the discussion with him. I knew all I needed was to be in that school and just work hard. He was an uncle, an extended uncle. So what he needed to have done, he ought to have said, hey, let me support you, your father. because he was simply in economic doldrums because of extended family. He was quite a generous person and overwhelmed by the obligations. And I think he taught us to help people. Even in my life, the other day I took over one of the girls who was on the county scholarship had been dropped out. Actually, about 2 of them. I picked up one of the girls, and as we speak, she did her Form 4 at Kuya Girls. She scored a C+, and she's to transit to university. I never talk about that because it's about Tenda Wema and Azako. That is one thing that Mzee taught us. So some of the things that we engaged in, we've seen our parents do. We've stayed with many people at home. We've seen Mzee paying school fees for many people, extended families. So whenever we have a chance to assist someone, I'm a firm believer that there is always something you can give. If you can't give money, you can give encouragement. If you don't have an encouragement, you can even go to a place and the only thing you can give is a word of prayer. Please, you should be able to pray for that person. You will still have given. So all of us have something to give to humanity. So all the way to Kakamega, Shikusa, I've stayed in all those.
The question I was going to ask there was, how are you transferring these lessons of adversity to how you're raising now your beautiful 2 girls and boy, because now they're not being raised, I believe, as an advocate of the High Court. Mambo si mbaya sana. So how are you being able to transfer the lesson of adversity, not directly from experience, but from just like appreciation that let's learn to appreciate good things that come to us.
One of the biggest lessons out of the season of 1996 onwards, because I'll also mention this, that Mzee and Mam, after 1996, when they came together from the hospital, for whatever reason, they also had differences. Again, they parted ways. Again, for almost about 2-3 years. Again, remember, I had been asked to repeat class 6. Then now they part ways. So I go to class 7 and there is a struggle.
Mama anaenda kwao.
Anaenda kwao na mzee, tunabaki na mzee. So sasa tunabaki hapo, hatubaki na mzee because sasa yeye anarudi kazi. So we remain in the home. So we've done 1 year without mzee. They have come back from the hospital. They are parting ways and I'm repeating class 6. So there is class 6 year 1 where I have stayed without my parents. There is repeating class 6 where parents have parted ways. There is class 7 where parents have still not come together. Those are 3 years. Then towards the close of class 7, somehow things work out and mom comes back. So those 3 years, I still played a lead role. Kukamua ng'ombe,
being deputy parent.
Deputy parent. I learned quite a lot in terms of supporting my siblings, and I think for those who know me, some people who know me, they tell me that I can be resilient.
So how are you being able to pass this lesson of resilience to your progeny now?
One, they're very young, but the one thing I'm teaching them, I think, is love. They know when I'm around them that I value them, I play with them, I engage in a conversation with them. They're still very young, but as we move forward, I'm sure they'll get to know my heart for the community. That is something that I'll be able to diligently pass to them, so that they get involved in community engagements. That I'm sure they will do, because that is my space. I'm sure as they get of age, certain age, I'll be doing some things in the field and there will be active participants. So somehow, I believe that is the best way of teaching them. They should be able to see what you're doing and they'll be able to pick it up.
Amazing. So you've mentioned earlier, I did not come up and meet it in my research, but now that you've mentioned it, I'm tying it to the next question.
But before that, I've stayed in Bungoma here. Again, Mzee was moved from, after the accident, stayed in Kakamega, then he moved to Bungoma. So we used to stay.
You also go to serve in Bungoma?
Yes, he got to serve in Bungoma.
Prison?
He served here. The current Bungoma Baptist, and I was there today. There is a house there. We used to stay there with Mzee, Pokwa Railway. Then later on, again, he was moved to Shikusa Prison. Then again, he came back to Bungoma. So I've stayed in Bungoma for the longest. I've stayed in Kakamega the longest, and stayed in other areas.
Awesome. Amazing. So now, marriage Unaona hata kwa wazazi pia ilikuwa inavuruga kidogo, but at least hao walikuwa wanajua kutuficha si tusione how difficult the institution is. So how have you been able to balance yours? How long have you been married? Because
I'm doing 10 years now.
10 years. How have you been able to balance it between work,
I have
business, and now the ambitions of being Senator Bungoma County?
Yes.
What is your secret, brother?
No, sorry.
What is your secret, brother, of keeping the ship afloat for the past 10 years?
There will always be issues in a marriage.
Yeah.
Maybe I may not be a good problem solver.
Yeah.
But I also married a bright chap, a very brilliant girl, because I watched her for some time. And she's a professional. And
what profession?
She's a teacher.
Okay.
Yeah. And additionally, she had enough time to know that she was dating someone who loved public engagements.
All right.
Dated for 3 years, married in the 4th year. That should be long enough, should have been long enough for her to really study me. So at times we may have issues here and there. But one thing that she knows is I'm a community person. She chooses privacy quite a lot.
Yeah.
And effortlessly, without even planning, I am a public person, and I can't hide. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, give and take. You talk. At times you solve something, and at times time solves some of the issues. At times time solves some of the issues.
Yeah, nyamazia tu na time inafanya mambo yake.
After 1 month, a few weeks, you sit down there and you say, but we ought to have solved this thing a long time ago. But you are not ready to solve it. So time has healed.
Lastly, on that one, why do you call her Malawi and my Malawi girl? I didn't come up with a reason on why you call her that. So nikasema nitakuuliza now that I'm having you here.
I'll say that
is she from Malawi?
Yes and no.
Okay. Bisanju.
Bisanju. Yes. Bisanju is not Malawan.
Okay. What does that mean? I'm a very curious person. If I run into anything I don't understand, I have to ask.
You remember my name is Nakhurenya.
All right.
Yeah, it has some local meaning. Collecting.
Funny thing, that was actually in my script. I just skipped that question to favor time.
Collecting or fetching. Huh?
Yes. Hurenya. Firewood?
Yeah. It's associated with firewood.
Right.
But now that I'm running for Senate, it's a nice name because Hurenya is actually collecting, fetching, looking for resources and bringing them to the county. I knew you were going to twist that into that. Very nice. So we'll be seeking the mandate of the people of Bungoma to allow us to go and fetch resources. And not just the national resources. We'll want actually to have a conversation on, can we also pursue FDI, foreign direct investment? Can we be able to pool the investments? The investment sector in Bungoma is dead. Yeah. While counties like Nakuru, they are enjoying almost 500 billion or 250 billion getting into the Nakuru economy, courtesy of strategic partners who are investing in manufacturing through the special economic zones. Bungoma, we are only crying about the 15 billion that is coming, that we are mismanaging.
I think as far as we go to invest, I can't try to chip in on that one. As far as we go about investment is building hotels. Man, we build beautiful hotels around here.
I'll mention that. I have something to do. I can mention that. Huh?
Yes.
Though that will mean we are shifting from the other conversation.
No, I will not forget it. I want to know what Bisanju and Malawi girl means. Yes.
In 2015, I got involved in, worked with the Ministry of Trade and Industrialization in resource mapping.
Yes.
I have a fact file sheet for all the key resources at the time, the advent of devolution in Bungoma, in terms of the key resources from in every sector, the energy sector, Do you know that in this county, if we wanted to, we got a strategic partner, we can be able to generate power from the falls in Zoya River. Yeah. We also have, it's also a strategic place actually. Nabuyole, I was talking about Nabuyole. We have quite scenic Mwibalewa Manja, it's a resource. We have a place where we have matings of the elephants in Mount Elgon. We have the border. We have strategic places. We noticed that the tourism belt investment was a bit low. The housing was low. The hotels, the hotel industry, the hospitality industry, because nowadays, tourism, local tourism, is not just about going to national reserves and all that. And the report that we came up with in 2015 was a baseline for the very first investment conference that was held, the only one that was held in Bungoma. Actually, Bungoma was either the second or the first county government that was hosting investment conference, the first international investment conference, or just county investment conference. They were very popular. At Wanjandege, that now looking like it's been involved into something else. Yeah, so clearly, that time, in that report, the governor had time to explain, and even the chief officer by that time, called Christine Wasike, was a personal friend. We lost her. She could tell people that, hey, our investment sector in terms of hospitality is not very well, not doing well. I remember during that investment conference, and I remember I've never been an employee of the county government, but I just have these facts because I have really been passionate about real development in Bungoma. Yes. Most of the guests and even the partners, they were actually cruising all the way from Eldoret and some from Kisumu, because we didn't have good houses. And I'm very happy to announce or to note that to date, our people, they found reason to invest in some of the hotels. So when we had even Madaraka during this tenure of President William Ruto, quite a number of the visitors, they found places to stay around. Yes. Otherwise, then you'll actually... We are getting an opportunity, but we are passing over to the neighboring counties. Yeah. So again, in a big way, Eric Nakhurenya, yours truly, has been involved in midwifing some of the key documents in this county government, and that is, I still have that document. So if I ever get a chance as a senator, we can be able to interrogate the leadership along those lines in terms of the investment opportunities. How can we make the investment sector to be vibrant? And we will be able to pull on the table some of the young people and the professional network that has largely been left out in the conversation of the leadership of Bungoma. Yeah.
All right. Fair point.
So, Bisanju Melawan.
Yes, please.
It's good to have pet names.
All right.
Oh,
that's her pet name?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's her pet name. And now Bisanju was a bit jocular. It shows up
a lot on your Facebook.
Yes. It's a pet name. Yes. I also have another pet name for her. All right. But it's French. It's French. It's easier to call your partner honey, darling,
babe.
But what about babe? I find them quite common.
Yes.
Now, on a bad day, you'll struggle to call her baby and sweetheart on a bad day. But if you have a pet name, this name that you gave her out of love, but it's not common.
Yes.
Even when you're worked up, you will still say, Sherry, hi, can we talk? You don't have to refer to her by her first name.
Yes.
Or on a bad day, when you want her to know that you are not in good moods, you are worked up, then you can now call her by her first name. If I call my wife by her name, quite often, either it is in an official setup or kimeumana kidogo. Otherwise, I use a pet name, and she knows. It's just a form of communication at the family level.
Does it mean something?
Yeah, you have to get a lovely name.
Yeah.
But Bisanju is a name given to girls, and
it's
it is Bukusu.
For?
It is the exact the exact name for like Nakhurenya. It's 70% Nakhurenya. When you go to collect, you can collect big firewood in terms of size. Then the small ones,
the twigs.
The twigs that you will use them to light. Yeah, and you see, as a partner, she lights my heart, man. So
that's what you did there. So Merenya Visanj.
Yes.
Boy, that's really good.
It should make lighting easy.
Yes. Well done. Yeah. And the Malawi part?
In my history,
yes,
I have been a community person.
Yeah.
And I'm formerly National Youth Council leader in Kapchai constituency. I got involved. Actually, that's the space where we had a lot of interaction with the current senator, because he was also in Youth Network. Yes, Youth Council, National Youth Council, and all that. And it's for that reason that I am also an ardent supporter that we need to have National Youth Council, that young people should be handed over the powers to govern themselves, so that this thing of Nyota Fund should actually be channeled through some of these structures. Let the young people be involved in matters that affect them directly and indirectly.
Yes.
Yeah. So what was it that I was responding? Malawi, yeah. So there was... I got an international training as early as 2013 with the Commonwealth Youth Secretariat in matters. There was a program that was being run in 2014, 2013, 2015. They still run that. It's called Discovering Young Leaders Program.
All right.
DYLP, Discovering Young Leaders. And I have a certificate. If I knew you were going to ask about that, I'll have actually walked in with my certificate. So I have a certificate. Was that they identified quite a number of people across the globe. It was a global training for all the Commonwealth countries. They have a youth secretariat under the Commonwealth. Yeah. And it's the youth secretariat that proposed that for all the Commonwealth countries, they needed to establish youth structures. And that is how Kenya, in 2009, they rolled out the National Youth Council Act that was, I think, signed in 2011 under the leadership of the late President Mwai Kibaki. It was an offshoot and encouragement of the Commonwealth Youth Secretariat agenda to ensure that the Commonwealth youth countries, Kenya was colonized by the British and all that. So all those countries, Nigeria, because I remember I had friends in Nigeria. I still engage them. I had friends in Uganda. I had 30 young people from Kenya. But eventually, when we were finishing the program, we were about 500, but when the program began, we were about 3,000 across the world. Yeah, I had so many friends in Malawi. So that's how I grew my love for the Malawi as a country. I had so many friends there. In fact, my firstborn is called Madise. One of her name is Madise. And Madise is not a Kenyan name, it's a Malawan name, but it was a Christian name because I'm a Christian. Yeah, so we have always, it has always given us an opportunity also to assess. I mean, you just don't have to pick a name. You have to.
So it's just purely for the love of the country.
For the love of the country.
From literally Malawi.
No, not from Malawi.
I was itching there, man. You have quite the imagination. Now, there is this segment, touch and go. I'm curious.
But just before that,
yes.
I got also involved in the Kofi Annan Foundation. Okay. I've been a member of the Kofi Annan Leadership Foundation until his demise, even when he had gone, the foundation is running. So a lot of trainings on peace initiatives and community engagements. Okay. I've also had that training. Then after finishing the program with the Commonwealth Secretariat, I also got recommendations to get another training on youth intervention programs. When we were were really discussing about the youth bulge.
What timeline is this?
The timelines of 2016, 2017, 2018. Yeah, I got the training.
Is this before or after your law degree?
No, that was before my law degree.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was this University of Minnesota. I got a training for about 3 months, and I have also a certificate on that in regard to how do you come up with policies that are well-intentioned to support the young people. How do you address youth? How do you come up with relevant intervention programs for different segments within the community? And I have a lot of literature around that, around youth programs, and I still run my own programs. We also have a Center for Youth Development and Programs that is again domiciled in Zambia. Zambia is part of the South African continent. And I also got a lot of my friends, some in Malawi and some in Zambia, some in Kenya, for those international training. Just like when you say UNEP is headquartered in Kenya. So if there are trainings, I mean, you'll be able to pick some of the young people across there. So for the youth development programs, it's domiciled in Zambia. I'm saying this so that young people can be able to get into some of these international platforms. For me, I was able to get some of these international platforms way ahead. Some of these social networks and virtual platforms that are technology driven, we used to call webinar. You will just hear we will have a webinar and all that.
Yes.
But you see right now a lot has evolved.
Yes.
You do not need some of these trainings. Building your capacity does not start and end.
You were attending virtually or in person?
No, that was virtual trainings. You'll do for 6 months. You'll do for 8 months. Yeah, and if you wanted to maybe fly there, you'll do. But now I couldn't go there. Yeah, I have all those certificates with me, and we've also done quite a lot with the youth conferences in my constituency and across the county. Yeah. And I think now that I'm running for senatorial, those people who know my track record, they're pushing brand Nakhurenya into the market.
Amazing. Yeah. Now, I want your commentary. You touched on it a little bit earlier, and I told you to put a pin on it. So we are on it now. This man Sifuna, I would like you to weigh in now that he comes from your background in terms of profession.
Oh yeah.
What do you think are his prospects really in the run-up to 2027 elections? Will it be too? Let me just fold the two questions together. Is it too crazy to start harboring President Sifuna aspirations now at this point?
Let me say this.
Seeing at the way things are boiling nicely.
It is a Sifuna moment. Yes. Let me say that. And not just in Luyaland, across the country.
It's actually across the country.
When Baba exited, he was a father figure.
Yes.
He had raised people.
Yes.
And even when Baba was around, Sifuna was visible.
Yes.
Keen followers of ODM will know that we have ODM think tanks. That is a party, the only party that operates with think tanks.
Yes.
And one of the think tanks is the good professor, the Kisumu governor, Professor Nyang Nyong'o. What people do not know, and by the Joel, I have not talked about maybe my other studies that I've done at master's level. Since I haven't finished, I'll keep that one out of this discussion.
More opportunities will come. Yes.
Yeah, but you see, Nyang Nyong'o is among the highly respected people for African peer review mechanism. There's a program by the AU called APRAM, African Peer Review Mechanism, reviewing development and the commitment of countries to development and democratic ideals and values in Africa. Because Africa, for a very long time, was being led by the strong men and probably strong women. It's just strong men because women have just emerged the other day. There's Suluhu and some in Malawi and Zambia. Yeah, now we are having some more women than Johnson Salifa in Liberia. Yeah, so, and the shift was to have a shift towards strong institutions. Yeah. We need to move out of strong men or strong women to strong institutions, because then strong institutions will be able to move the country forward. If you are the president and you die, man, we should be able to move forward, because the country cannot stop because you've died.
Yes,
the country, if you misbehave, you should be bundled out of the office, and another office holder picks up, like in the case of Rigathi Gachagua. Now we have, it's an office; it does not belong to an individual. So once you leave, an exit strategy has to be clearly there, because there is a whole infrastructure of how you assume office and how you exit. So Sifuna is doing well. Someone will say it is a wild gamble, but with the Gen Z, with the millennials, and those who are disappointed by this government, because we cannot be talking about development when there are many unanswered questions about human rights, about killings, rampant killings, about abductions, about some of the policies that are literally killing the business environment, and pushing the agenda of money being in the just select few. So to that extent, you need a divergent voice. William Ruto needs a strong opposition. And the biggest headache is once the opposition goes to bed with government, that is an unholy marriage. What happens is the people will be left alone. So there must be a way of an emergency of a strong opposition figure. If you allow William Ruto to have super majority, he will mess this country. He'll mess this country. So we need people like Sifuna. And then two, this country, if you want to emerge, political scars, they usually propel people to stardom. So when you tear gas people like Sifuna, or you want to dislodge them from power illegally, unlawful, it is not ODM that is frustrating Sifuna. It is Dr. William Ruto and his government, because he doesn't want a strong opposition. In a constitutional democracy like ours, political parties, they are key vehicles in advancing democracy and development. And we need strong political parties. And that is why, even under the Constitution, there is establishment of key offices, register of political parties that are established as to actually stabilize the political parties. And all the political parties, they're beneficiaries from the exchequer releases from taxpayers' money. So a strong political party, by the way, and I can tell you without a doubt that the reason why ODM and UDA are the greatest beneficiaries of the political party's funding is because both of them had strong presidential candidates on the ballot. The exchequer releases is based on the votes cast in favor of that particular political party. If you are a party that is only running within the counties, then your scale of benefiting will be... Why are you laughing? I'm just speaking realities, man.
We will speak no more on that one.
That's what happens. So, in the mind of someone like Orengo, whom I believe he's playing a think tank role, just like the good Professor Anyang' Nyong'o and many other people. I've told you that that's the only political party that is run by think tanks. You cannot afford to lose, to end up with a weak political party. We will have a weak ODM post 2027 if they do not have a presidential candidate. Of all the people who are in that political party, with a sure chance now of declaring and running even for the top seat, then Sifuna's name may easily pop up.
Yes, please.
But of course, as we move forward, there will be give and take. There is Kalonzo Musyoka, who has an illustrious career in terms of the many years of government, diplomatic experience, of course, age, international stature, and all that.
Yeah.
But he will need, if he were to be the opposition presidential candidate, he will need strong backing.
Yes.
If ODM is left to play around with William Ruto, even if, assuming that the opposition wants a strong presidential candidate, then they need a good slice of ODM to support their opposition candidate. Yeah, I'll say that it will be a good thing. And in this country, there's nothing wrong. If you are the party leader of ODM, you are the presidential candidate, you can still be able to have your way. I mean, you can still have your way. Mm-hmm. Baba has not been the president. He's still been able to negotiate with the governments of the day.
Yes.
You will, the president will still run back to you and say, hey, I want to do this. So you can still be relevant, even if you are not the president.
Yes.
We need a strong opposition. We need a strong presidential candidate from the opposition. And William Ruto is beatable. He is beatable. He can be one term. If Kenyans decide, because it's Kenyans who actually make that decision.
Yes.
If people wake up and vote out William Ruto, he'll just go. By the way, there is nothing he will do. If Kenyans, you will not shoot those people. I was in Nairobi during the Gen Z revolt.
Yes.
And I have been an advocate for the Gen Zs. Quite a number of them were picked up in Nairobi, and even the demos that were in Bungoma here. I had about almost 40-something Gen Zs that I represented, and we closed that file eventually because there was no evidence on the part of the prosecution.
Yes.
And when it happened in Bungoma, some people in government, they thought now things have gone haywire because Bungoma appeared to have was leaning largely towards William Ruto, but things have changed.
Yes.
I mean, when you're in government and you're coming up with retrogressive policies, you do not expect people to clap. Even when some of our members of parliament were clapping, we were waiting for them.
The people reminded them who's boss.
People reminded them who is their boss. And whereas things have slowed down, by the way, without Baba, William Ruto was homebound. Midway, he was homebound. And there's nothing he could have done.
Yeah.
I saw young people being shot at Parliament. I saw young people being shot. And you will shoot this young person, dies, drops on the ground. The other young people pick him up and they run towards the direction where the live bullets are coming from. My brother, that was a revolt. I saw some of our leaders who were talking shit about online mobilization and all that. Mm-hmm. And they were ignoring the young people. They were saying these are young people from rich families. They don't understand. Those young people had come out to the street to reclaim their country.
Yes.
You don't solve by killing them.
Yeah.
Eventually, the president had to go back to them.
Yeah,
even this Nyota program is now a political tool.
Yes.
We really need an audit, yet it is a debt. So when we start asking hard questions, we are simply asking the government of the day. It is our government. It is our money. Every Kenyan, every citizen is a shareholder in this country, provided you are a citizen. Provided you are a Kenyan, you have a civic duty to ask hard questions. And when we ask those questions, we need answers. Because you are a shareholder in the family, in the country called Kenya.
Out of curiosity, though, you voted. You were in support of this government, right?
Yeah. I voted for this government with a firm belief, with a belief that it had good intentions. And actually, the part of the reason why I shifted last minute to support William Ruto was a simple reason.
BBI.
I didn't like the way the Handshake brothers wanted to push the BBI. And I can tell you without a doubt, I have even done a very nice article. I did an article that why William Ruto and Odinga needed BBI. And you realize that discussion has been simmering. We need to entrench the position of official position in the Constitution. We need that position. We need the office. A real office, so that the opposition can have shadow cabinets, as it were, back those days, fully funded and facilitated, so that we not end up with a weak opposition that swings around like a pendulum.
Wasikuwe na njaa sana.
Then two, while BBI was very good, and maybe another time I'll be able to talk about it, there was poison. There are some proposals that were simply advancing the interests of some people. I mean, it was glaring, and then the approach was wrong, pushing it down the throats of Kenyans. Otherwise, there were progressive proposals in BBI. After about 10 years of having the constitution, it was proper to have some bit of appraisal of the constitution and see if there were any areas that could be adjusted.
All right.
I hope it's not 8.
It is almost so, but I know it's actually almost, and we are winding down. Okay. There is one question. I think I don't know if you're able to comment on it.
Which one?
Who is your preferred candidate for 2027 Bungoma County?
Oh, Bungoma County.
Yes.
Things are hazy.
Yes.
Things are a bit unclear.
Yes, but
especially when I am also a candidate.
Yes.
Because eventually I only want to go and campaign for someone.
Yes.
Who is decampaigning me. Yes. That is one thing.
That's fair.
The number 2, I told you we are almost now getting into the transfer window, just like
things
football.
are about to crystallize.
Things are about to crystallize.
Yes.
In as much as currently I have posted an image of solely an independent candidate, it just gives me an opportunity also to know whom I can be able to work with.
Yes.
And be in a position to align with the like-minded people. It will be pointless for me to align with someone that also people are not very keen to support. Yeah, so having worked as a strategist in some of my previous engagements, and I'm very excited that now I'll be voting for myself. At least Senator Nakhurenya has one vote that will get to his basket.
Guaranteed,
Yeah, that one I can count on it.
That of Bisanji, hopefully.
Then of course, I have to ensure that is a key vote that will come in the basket.
Yes.
Yeah, so ideally, we'll just ask the people of Bungoma to make informed decisions. I want to go on record and say that the history of an individual does not change. When they get to power, it doesn't matter how lovely, how pretentious they are, we need to check their track record.
Yes.
The history of an individual does not change. It even gets worse when they are in power.
Yes.
So for the candidates who are running, just like us who are also running for senatorial, we hope that the voters will be able to do a background check in terms of what we stand for and some of the ideals we stand for and the intentions. And we hope that the agenda will be, for me, I hope that the people of Bungoma will be agreeable to give me the mandate to lead as their senator, to guard the county resources, but also more importantly, challenge the other office holders, whether we are talking about the women rep, the members of the county assembly, or any other position domiciled in this country, including...
I like how you've answered that question while attacking and defending at the same time. Because una strike defend at the same time.
That's important. It's important, yeah, so that we don't end up with cosmetic positions. People should be able to see value.
Yes.
See value in some of these key positions.
All right. So I have some, not necessarily quick fire, but touch and go. They're not really difficult questions to answer. They don't require a lot of explanation. Like which Premier League team do you support?
Arsenal.
Yeah. Arsenal kichwa.
Yeah.
Things are looking nice, eh?
Arsenal.
Baba's team.
Yes, Baba's team.
Good going, Arsenal.
Yes.
So imevuka mwaka mpya, the second leg of the season na mko juu ya table. Good going. Books or movies?
Books.
Let us read.
Let us read is it's about money.
Yeah.
Why? It's about handling money.
Yeah.
It's about handling. I've just forgotten the title. It's about actually handling money. That money and our habits.
Yeah.
How to keep money.
All right.
And how to lose. It's solely dependent on our habits.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds too familiar. What's the name of that book?
Psychology
of Money, right?
Psychology of Money. Yes,
sounded like it's, you may say I've read that book before.
I have.
Yes.
I've read it twice actually.
Yeah, it's a good read, that one.
I've read it twice.
Yes.
Yeah, and then there is another read, the CEO, but it's a new version. It's not Robert. The CEO's diary.
Diary of a CEO?
Yeah, Diary of a CEO.
The Steve Bartletti's book?
Sorry?
Steve Bartletti's book?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I just finished reading it yesterday. It's interesting.
Because now when you're in some
read.
of these key positions, you really need to
open your mind. Yes.
Open mind. There are so many things that are competing for your mind.
Yeah.
So you really need to plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Good. What keeps you grounded?
I don't know if you mean in terms of the focus.
Keeps you humble, keeps you your feet on the ground. Sometimes when there's a lot of things happening on the campaign trail, your court, sometimes you might forget what is core and what's important to you. So what keeps you grounded?
What keeps me grounded is one is resiliency. I am a firm believer. When I choose to do something, I focus on that, and I really don't get distracted. Some of the things that distract you, some of those challenges that you face, at times you just give them time. They just die a natural death. But I always find solace in my family. When things are bad, all I need to ensure is as long as I have peace of mind with my family,
yes,
I can face anything.
All right.
I can face anything because I can always go back. Those are if I drop dead on the road, those are the immediate people will be informed. Yeah, so we always hope that that things are right at home. If they're not right, you try as much as possible to solve them.
Yes.
For me, that matters a lot. Yeah, so that when you are in the right, as long as I'm in the right frame of mind, even if there are issues, I'll just keep moving.
All right.
I don't get easily scared.
Clearly, I've heard you speak. You get very animated.
You don't threaten me.
I wish you all the best, so that maybe you get to represent us. I would love to see you on the floor of the house. Speaking the way you're speaking right now. It's fodder for the eyes. Anyway, something else. What is your definition of success?
Actually, true success is achieving what really demanded your very best.
Come again? Say that.
True success is achieving what really, really demanded your very best.
All right. Nice.
And that requires that we keep setting new bars higher than the previous ones. There is no fulfillment in achieving something that you didn't really work hard. There is zero.
Truly, yes.
But achieving something that used to wake you up, losing sleep, waking up, stretching your mind to a certain limit. And once your mind has been stretched to a certain extent, it never goes back.
Yes.
It records.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. That's powerful. I love it. That's really nice. Picture for me, a 70-year-old Eric Nakhurenya. What is on your mind?
I love that. I speak to young people about the biggest asset that they have. I'm a full-time public speaker and mentor. One of the young people I have mentored is Agneta Mwangale, who is
the women rep aspirant?
Yeah, okay. Agneta Mwangale. I trained her through our mentorship program when she was at Matili Secondary School, actually, mixed secondary school, under the current, I think, supposedly the current principal, who's been there for quite some time, and as if he's been moved. She was even the head girl. I also had a chance to train her again. then she proceeded to Moi University. She also got elected as a student leader. During her tenure, she actually invited me as one of the guest speakers. I interacted with her fellow student leaders, and it's just because I have been involved in her life as one of the mentors. And there's another young man who is working currently. He's been picked up by, I think, Tim Wanyonyi. He's called Sebastian. Sebastian is among, he even launched his book, I think, about 2 years ago.
Sebastian who?
Sebastian, I call him Sebastian. He's actually known as Sebastian. And Sebastian was really in love with my writings of the articles as a columnist in the dailies, and eventually he also started writing. So those are some of the notable names. In as much as we normally say that you may not be able to count the number of fruits in a seed, but it is very easy. Even a fool can be able to count the number of seeds in a fruit. Seeds in a fruit, you can be able to count them, but you cannot tell how many more fruits a single seed will be able to raise in a lifetime. So when you are a mentor, or when you get involved in mentorship, in encouraging people, at times you never know to what extent the mentees then will be able to impact the world. Yeah, so a 70-year-old Eric Nakhurenya supposedly will be a respected person, will have raised many young people, not necessarily young people, who will have had time to really appreciate and look unto him as someone who lifted their spirits, who gave them ladders for success, who really encouraged them. And a 70-year-old Eric Nakhurenya will have served as a senator. Will have actually served in parliament. Yes, that is without a doubt. As long as God gives us grace and He still shines His star on us as positive spotlight, we are going to serve.
I wish you the best.
And finally, a 70-year-old Eric Nakhurenya, of course, at family level, I'll be having, hopefully, my girls and boy will have given me my grandchildren. And a member of the Council of Elders.
As you mentioned earlier, yes.
As I mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. I love it so much. So we have a small closing tradition here, where we usually, I don't know if any of the episodes you've watched if you have, then you have a clue of what's happening right now. So part of our closing tradition dictates that I shake your hand. Thank you so much for sharing the story with us. And we tell you that for giving us your story, we want you to also go with a piece of ourselves. So the cup you've been taking your beverage in is yours to go with, so that every time you take your breakfast or your beverage at home, you can remember that you were once a guest on our platform. Yeah. And then now unless there is anything else we've not addressed.
This one I can keep it.
Yes. So unless there is anything else we've not asked.
The only thing I'll say is
yes.
I didn't tell my wife that I'll be coming on time lapse.
Yes.
But she's an avid follower.
All right.
Of time lapse.
Good going.
Podcaster. So
shout out to her.
Maybe when this episode is out.
Yes.
And she's actually my fiercest critic.
Good.
Oh my.
Hey.
She's she'll want things done in a particular way.
Yes.
So I'll be waiting for
her criticism.
I'm waiting for this episode.
Sasa ulienda na hii shati ya unavaje hiyo shati kwa podcast?
But she's one of my stabilizing figure.
Yes.
The other people who normally actually follow up everything that I do, my father and my mother.
Yes.
If this show were live, I'm telling you, they'll suspend everything and watch.
Yes.
They always want to be sure that the son that they raised is still a stickler to the rules is still wedded to the ideals of the family, is still wedded to the ideals of respect and commitment just to do the right thing. If I came in any show, to this show, and I insulted people, and my mother picked it up, she'll really be mad at me. Yeah, so I always try as much as possible to just sell my agenda, give my story, and we leave the rest to judge others harshly. We don't judge people harshly unless where it is justified, especially in leadership. If you are underperforming, we simply call you out that you are not. But in private spaces, you just leave the private space.
All right. Amazing. It's been a beautiful conversation. There's a lot that I've left out in respect of time. Yes. You mentioned that you have to be somewhere at 8, and we're already a couple of minutes past 8. So I just managed to skip some things, but I keep the scripts for any further conversation. The campaign season just started. So I'm sure you'll say something or you'll do something that will trigger us calling you back on this platform. Yes. And when we do, I will remember to slot in some of the
only thing I didn't say, the only thing that I didn't say is my father.
Yes.
We had a big farm in Cheptais. Cheptais in a place called Chebukube, Nalondo. There's another Nalondo there. So by extension, I am a mountain boy. Yeah, so the Murima people in Bungoma, they will be presenting for the very first time as serious senatorial candidate.
Nice.
This is not just cosmetic, this is real. Even when it came to paying the debt of the community through the passage of right, that's where I went for the debt.
All right, I hear you.
Yeah, and my mother hails from the slopes of Mount Elgon, a place called Kapkateni. Again, administratively it falls in Mount Elgon. Yeah, so today if I'm going to my uncles, again I have to go to the mountains. Yeah, so.
Your mother is Saboti?
No, she's not a Saboti. She's a Bukusu.
She's Bukusu,
Mount Elgon has Sabaots. It has a sizable number of Bukusus. Actually, almost 40% or about 30% thereabout.
Yes. There's a lot of intermarriage of
Maragolis. We also have Itesos, and then all the Bukusus in Mount Elgon. Like I go to my grandfather's home, all my cousins, I think 80% they have married Sabaot girls. Yeah, so those people are Sabaots, and Sabaots are just Bukusus. Yeah, so intermarriage and all that. So I understand the dynamics of the mountain.
Yeah.
If I get a chance to be senator for Bungoma, we will be able to advance equitable distribution of resources. I was in Mount Elgon yesterday. There are areas that are completely impassable, and there is a need. So I understand when I'm talking about the issues of the mountain. I understand when I'm talking about issues in the lower part of Bungoma. I understand. If I'm talking about diversity of Bungoma, I'll be speaking solely from, not just as an advocate, but as a young man who has had an experience. And of course, picking up my background, having been in different spots, whether in the county or even in other parts of the country, I have grown up as a person who appreciates that all of us are Kenyans, and we deserve our rightful share on the table. So there should be no need of sidelining people. And I'm saying this because even some of our political parties, whenever you get positions, you still go back and say, whom are we nominating? Which family are they coming from? Are they families that have all supported this party? Fine. But then there are other people that have actually been supporting that party. So it will be incumbent upon the leaders at times to even make a surprise nomination to even families that have never had an opportunity. Yet they have also played a central role in putting in place leadership. So clearly some of us, we are firm believers that it will be prudent that you just do the right thing instead of hiding in slogans and all that. And now this is final. My slogan is Seneta Waraya. So that we are giving a chance the people of Bungoma to elect their own leader, their own senator, who will remember that this office is a position of trust, and the only way to keep it is for the office holder to do the right job, not to act around as a personal assistant to someone, not to hide under the big money syndrome, not to hide under the shadows of other people, but to come out and boldly advance the obligations of the office of the Senate or any other position for the other positions that are helpful for the people of Bungoma and for Kenya in general.
Amazing. Yeah. That would be a good place to end the conversation.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. I hope people get to watch and enjoy this conversation all the way to the end. Without further ado, that's a good place to end.